Good morning. Thank you so much for coming. It's such a proud day for our family. Myself and my father, David, we're business partners on this venture. It is extremely exciting for us to confirm that we are in fact building the polar coaster in Orlando, a 570-foot vertical roller coaster, which will be built right on the site you're sitting on right now, the old Fun and Wheels property here on International Drive. We're going to unveil the project here. I know you all know this as the polar coaster, but that's really kind of the name of the generic name of the roller coaster itself. The Orlando polar coaster will be known as the Skyscraper. And the Skyscraper is inside of an indoor entertainment complex known as Skyplex. The Skyscraper at Skyplex here on I-Drive. An incredible Renaissance project for North I-Drive and situated 2 blocks away from the 425-foot Orlando Eye Ferris wheel, which we can all see being built in the distance. An incredible opportunity for International Drive, for the tourist corridor, to have 2 iconic structures that are both rides to be right in the same area for tourists, conventioneers, locals to come and enjoy International Drive, the International Drive of the 21st century. We're so excited. I have a palm frond in my way here. But I probably know this development right through the palm frond, so it doesn't even matter. And you can see, yes, you can see in the front elevation of Skyplex that the Skyscraper towers out of the facility itself. You'll basically drive in from International Drive along what you see now is the Burger King, and we also have the Sand Lake Road easement that we own right here, and you'll have another road going out to Canada Avenue where you'll follow that down along the side of the site and into our structured parking garage that's built on top of Skyplex. It's an incredible hub and spoke to get people in International Drive and then out via Canada Avenue, and they can go left, they can go to North I Drive, they can make a right and take Carrier out, they can take Sand Lake Road out. So there's a lot of, the mobility of this site is incredible. We don't push cars back out to I Drive that are leaving. We push them out to Canada Avenue, and with great signage out there so the people know just how to get back to their hotels. Inside Skyplex, which you'll have sweeping 40-foot high ceilings upon entry, you'll be greeted by escalators, fountains, arcades, all manner of entertainment options that are going to be inside this incredible facility. On the exterior of it, out on International Drive, prime retail space, very exciting retail looking to come in and join with us here. And we have a big, huge space out on I-Drive itself with where we can do some a 2-story flagship store. As you can see also, even most exciting, the track, when you come down off of the Skyscraper, the track comes down and whips around the retail, and the cars come around International Drive. So people who are driving down I-Drive are going to see these roller coaster cars whipping around the Skyplex, and you're going to see people up on it. It is going to be an incredible roller coaster. Definitely the world's tallest and probably the most exciting, because you will be upwards of 50 stories when you make your first inverted G-roll and start heading down this thing. For people who think the Skyscraper is a little bit too much, you can enter Skyplex, take the escalator up to the 2nd floor, and go up to the hostess station and take a 55-story glass elevator ride up to the top of the Skyscraper, where the first level will be an observation platform for people, children, to come up and enjoy these incredible, breathtaking views. And then above the observation deck, we have a restaurant, lounge, nightclub space with an incredibly high ceiling, which will provide sweeping views, fireworks shows, and an incredible view of the Orlando Eye of Mango's Tropical Cafe across the street of International Drive. We're so thrilled to be here. We have this a huge parking structure that's going to be built vertically above Skyplex, so we have plenty of parking. And again, of course, the mobility of this site to have all these different access entries and exits, and not sending you back into the International Drive, but giving you a great way to exit the facility will certainly help with traffic concerns. We love the design. Our architecture firm, HHCP, Mike Chatham, is here, and of course the polar coaster, now the Skyscraper, is brought to us by U.S. Thrill Rides. Bill and Michael Kitchen, U.S. Thrill Rides. Jeff Forrest of Euphoria Construction Management. And next to me, my father, David Wallach, my business partner. And he's an inspiration to me for going out and achieving and believing in our dreams together. He's the creator of Mango's Tropical Cafe, which has been in the center of Ocean Drive since 1991. And we're coming up on our 25th year of operations in South Beach. We are, to use a quote from my dad, bringing Ocean Drive to iDrive, and the sizzle that comes with that. So very, very exciting. The porte-cochere of Skyplex, which will be right in this hub and spoke area, as I mentioned before, where you have the entrance from iDrive, the exit to Sand Lake, and of course the exit to Canada Avenue, is a giant fountain with water show and lights, and it's going to be an incredible experience to drive up to it. As you can see, this is the International Drive look, but as you go down and you enter the huge glass walls of Skyplex, you'll be in front of that beautiful, beautiful waterfall, and you'll walk into a whole nother world. And what's great, I think, too, about this facility is that unlike a lot of the attractions here in Orlando take advantage of the wonderful Florida sunshine, and we love the wonderful Florida sunshine as well, but this will be the first major facility that is all indoors. So people can come and enjoy under air conditioning, and if it's raining or it's windy or nasty out or very hot, they can enjoy being inside Skyplex in a climate-controlled environment. So we have a lot to be thankful for. We're very blessed to be here amongst all of you. Orlando is an incredible opportunity for us. It's an incredible market. The development going on here, the magnitude of it is nothing short of remarkable for the country. And we just feel so honored to be part of all of this and coming in and making an impact with our Skyscraper and Skyplex project. At this point, I will take questions from the press.
Good morning, Peter King with CBS News. A couple questions for you. And first, what's your timetable on this? And second of all, can you address what this means for the general economic recovery from the recession for this area? Because obviously it's a big project, there are going to be jobs involved and all kinds of other things. Skyscraper. Impact a lot of people.
Yes, thank you very much. We will break ground in 2015, and we hope to be providing thrills on the Skyscraper by 2016. What this means is that the economy is recovering. Orlando is in a boom. If you look at the recovery, we're showing double-digit growth in resort tax collection here, and the hotel rooms are full, the parks are full. Disney's showing great numbers, Universal's showing great numbers, and we're happy to be a part of it.
Who are the investors, and where is it being manufactured?
I'll defer to U.S. Thrill Rides on the manufacturer. We have a ton of interest in financing of this project. We are not using investors, we're using institutional capital.
Will you be continuing to seek a four-way pedestrian walkover at iDrive and Sand Lake, and are you willing to pay for it?
That's an excellent project with all these different things going on here International Drive and the fact that we're becoming more of a pedestrian thoroughfare here and not just a drive-up like it was in the old days. The four-way pedestrian bridge that we discussed 7 or 8 months ago, we think is an outstanding project. It will double time the cars through the iDrive Sand Lake intersection without having to stop for pedestrians because they'll be walking over, and the pedestrians won't walk through the street, so there won't be pedestrian accidents. We think it's an incredible project. Certainly the DOT, who controls Sand Lake Road, is involved. The county is involved. It's a process, but it's certainly something that we are involved with. We are going to be involved with and in terms of seeding that and moving it forward and being a driving force in that development. But it's not entirely in our control because it goes over the public roadways.
How many acres of land is this going to include, and does it affect nearby businesses?
In fact, we hope that it spikes their sales because of we're increasing density in this area. If you can look around you, this particular site is providing nothing to the county or to the tourists and conventioneers. When we build this Skyplex here, it'll certainly create a wonderful tax base as well as a facility for people to come and attend. And we hope that the businesses surrounding us are more full. They can charge higher rates, and they generally have a positive economic impact from Skyplex.
And how big is this plot?
We have under our control on this location close to 12 acres.
Can you talk to us a little bit about the split between retail and restaurant, either with square footage or by number of parcels within the property?
Sure, I'll save it. Okay, so out on the retail's fairly limited, and we're going to be kind of very picky about who we work with here because we want to really have kind of a high-end, not expensive, but like sort of the NYC brands. So it gives it's different than what's in the malls right now. We don't want to have the same as what's you'd find in Millennia or anything like that. And then as far as restaurants, my father will comment on the restaurant space in Skyplex.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
The most amazing thing that I realized when my son brought me to see this site and Mango's Tropical Cafe site is that Orlando was ready for a nightlife component. And I think that is one of the most important things that we're going to be bringing. Not only great fun and excitement, but this becomes, between us and the Orlando Eye, the hub of the dining and nightlife district that will emerge here on International Drive. To me, that's the most exciting thing to pioneer. And that will generate. I'm not the kind of person that would like to draw off of other businesses. My joy is to generate new business to share with all the other businesses, and in that way become extremely symbiotic with the major theme parks and all of our neighbors around us. So that is the great joy of bringing prosperity to this site. As you see it right now, will just transform over the next 2 years, and along with Mango's Tropical Cafe and that restaurant nightclub at the top, just become a new center for locals to really enjoy and find a new experience on International Drive.
So to follow up, you'll have the restaurant space at the top. You'll have the
Skyplex at the bottom, which will have also a food service component as well. We're still looking into what that will be, but certainly the restaurant at the top of the skyscraper is going to be one hot ticket.
Joshua, do you have any previous experience with, not obviously retail and restaurant is your thing, but any previous experience with something like this coaster?
Well, we have a lot of experience. Our family is third generation real estate development, and we've owned our building in South Beach since 1955 and have gone through many different iterations of that to become Mango's Tropical Cafe. Obviously, we're building Mango's Orlando across the street here. The we've never done anything like a roller coaster before, which is why we've put together the best team possible, being U.S. Thrill Rides, obviously the inventor of the coaster, Euphoria, which is a construction management arm of Winter Park Construction, HHCP, SNS, and Celtic Engineering, who are our structural engineers that do all the attractions for the major theme parks. So we've put together a world-class team in order to tackle this.
How long has this been in the works?
We started looking at the polar coaster. Bill Kitchen contacted us through our registered agent about 14 months ago. And I was just looking through yesterday old emails of early 2013 where we had the polar coaster sitting in the middle of this site. We hadn't bought up all the real estate we've had with 2 little hotel towers, and it was so funny to see the evolution of this thing from this little idea of here's a vertical roller coaster. We didn't know how tall it would be or what it would cost to build, and now of course taking it through where we have a go project is extremely exciting, especially with all of this iDrive frontage. Yes.
And forgive me if I'm wrong, but are you guys building one in Atlanta too?
U.S. Thrill Rides is we have bought the rights for the state of Florida. So the Skyscraper will be the only polar coaster in Florida. However, U.S. Thrill Rides is selling this ride at different heights and variations all over the world.
How much are you spending, and how much will it cost for me to ride the coaster?
Skyplex will be the estimated budget right now is around $200 million, give or take, and we are going to have a kiosk machines that vend your power card, which will have your video game credits and will allow you to buy rides on the Skyscraper, 1, 2, or unlimited. We're still looking at some pricing, but it's certainly going to be under $20 for unlimited rides.
On a lot of your images, there's the word concert. Will the entertainment area at the top would be the largest type of concert you would be able to handle there?
The roof, the top of the Skyscraper is not a concert hall. It's one level is an observation deck, and the other level is a restaurant nightlife spot. That'll be after 10 o'clock. The lights will come down. The DJ will pick the music up, and it'll be more of a lounge with a dance floor up there. We don't have a concert hall. Yeah, we don't have a concert hall. We had some early. We have some opportunities on top of our structured parking if we wanted to do something up there, but we haven't decided that as yet. That was just an early idea.
Could the kitchens come up to that?
Oh, absolutely. Bill, do you want to come up and Michael?
This is interesting. We've got 2 great father and son teams here. You don't see this very often in these industries. I always say there's nothing wrong with nepotism if you keep it in the family. But really, these 2 teams here that work very great together, and we're very happy about it. And I also wanted to mention that this is the 3rd great attraction of U.S. Thrill Rides on International Drive. The first I'd like to acknowledge, of course, is the incredible Sky Coaster that's right up the road here that actually began in Orlando. And the Aries, the Fun Spot, actually operate the 2 largest in the world on each end of International Drive. And then the wind tunnel called iFly was also one of our projects about 10 years ago that's now all over the world. And so it's very fitting that Orlando will be the first spot for this incredible new ride called the Polar Coaster. Probably a few technical questions and so forth, and I'm sure Michael can answer those for you.
First of all, thank you for braving this heat today and coming out and enjoying this celebration with us. We arrived at 600 feet. That's the first time I'd had a chance to see the site at that height, and I got to tell you, the ride is going to be incredible. It is going to be absolutely fantastic at that height. A couple quick notes. I couldn't be more proud to have this in Orlando, #1 tourist destination here in the United States. Couldn't be more proud to be working with our team that we put together, especially the Wallachs, for having a vision to build something so incredible. And U.S. Thrill Rides couldn't be more proud to have this in our own backyard. We're just very, very excited. We're going to keep the details of the coaster very close. We know this is going to be a world record coaster. It's going to be the tallest coaster in the world, and we're going to break multiple other world records in the process. It's going to be fully looping, full inversion. It's going to be an incredible ride. The coaster itself is built by a company called S&S out of Logan, Utah. The steel is coming out of Jacksonville, Florida, a company called Haskell Steel, and our partners are building at our Euphoria and Winter Park construction. Any technical questions that I can answer for you?
I'm wondering, you mentioned unlimited rides. Approximately how many people per hour can this coaster handle?
Approximately 1,000 passengers per hour.
Can you be a little more descriptive on the potential fear factor that I should get?
This is going to be one of the most thrilling rides in the world. I was just at that height, and it's going to be absolutely awe-inspiring, incredible. We intend to roll you inverted over 50 stories in the air, and just being at that height, it's going to be unbelievable. Not only will this be the tallest roller coaster in the world, it will be one of the longest steel coasters in the world too. It's a very long, very exciting 3-minute experience coming down that'll with loops and inversions and barrel rolls and direction changes. It's not a free fall ride. It's a real roller coaster. It's a super coaster.
By the way, the helicopter that the Kitchens arrived in, we're going to make available to members of the press after the conference. If you'd like to go up to 570 feet above the site and shoot or do whatever you want to do, we have our helicopter available for you.
I want to do it.
It'll be the most exciting roller coaster in the world.
It's high when you get up there, by the way. You can look over to the right and see the Space Coast. If you look to the left on a clear day, you can see the Gulf. And if you really squint your eyes, you can see New York City up there as well.
We're all in the heat, so any more technical questions before US Thrill Rides moves on?
What is going to be the capacity of this ride, and how tall do you have to be to go on it?
You'll be tall enough by the time it's built.
You're set. I'm going to stand here like this.
Ride height will be approximately 48 inches tall, and we expect the capacity to be theoretically 1,000 passengers per hour.
Any federal aviation deviances to deal with?
We will have to file with the FAA. Both Bill and I are pilots. We don't anticipate any issues with the airports, but that'll be up for the FAA to decide. Yes?
What's the restraint system like?
It's a new cummerbund restraint system by S&S. It's the most modern in the world. It'll give you views full left and full right because there's no shoulder harness. So at that height, you'll be restrained in the center in a cummerbund type position. So it's a very nice way to look out and see everything. Yes, go ahead.
Approximately how long will the track be, and how many inversions can riders expect?
We're going to keep those details very close, but it's a very long ride, nearly a mile. Yes?
Bob from Pixels at the Box. Can you give me the track length and the average speed?
Track length is 5,200 feet. The maximum speed will be about 65 miles per hour. Yes?
I'm wondering, with the seating, is it a 2 or a 4 or how many?
This is a 4x4, 8-passenger vehicle with stadium seating, so there will be no obstructed views. Everybody will have a great view going over this thing. It's a very nice car. Any other questions? Okay, well, thank you very much for coming, and we are so excited. I'm sure this is one of many as this thing goes up, but thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Bill. And also, thank you, US Thrill Rides. I would also like to take the time to recognize some of the iDrive stakeholders that came out today to support us. Dr. Pizam from the Rosen School of Hospitality Management, Luann Brooks, Chuck Whittle, and so many others that have sent us notes and letters of encouragement. It's a wonderful, wonderful day for our family to be here. And you can see we have certainly a lot of work ahead of us, but the Skyplex and the Skyscraper will be an incredible addition to International Drive and the entire tourist corridor here in Orlando. And we're hoping that we can make an impact and delight so many millions of people that come to Orlando for fun, entertainment, conventions, and of course the locals, that we want them on iDrive. We want them eating in our restaurants, we want them shopping in our shops, and we certainly want to take care of our locals here and have them feel welcome on International Drive.
Josh, how many visitors a year do you expect to have with them?
Well, we're hoping for just to ride the Skyscraper
The skyscraper
and the Skyplex, several million visitors. And between Mango's Tropical Cafe across the street and our parking facility and Skyplex, we hope to have more than 800 to 1,000 jobs created right here on this intersection, where 2 years ago there were these were unused sites. Our building was the old Fridays front row. It was vacant. This site was, weeds were 8 feet tall on this site, and it's certainly the lowest, possible use when there's nothing going on. So we intend to really make it the highest and best use of this real estate, and we're intended on getting this thing open for 2016. And our team